All right, we've got Chris and Hannah here going to demonstrate our RX course for the Red River Riot. There are 11 obstacles. You will make your way through the course with your teammate, and I will go through and explain the obstacles as we go. So we're starting in 3, 2, 1, go! Obstacle 1, you have to go up through that tire using that rope. You do not have to use the rope, as Hannah demonstrated. Obstacle 2 is the agility obstacles. Obstacle 3 are trapeze bar laches. Clear. Obstacle 4, bananas, T-holds, and the big ball. Next obstacle after that are the crow ponds. After you get through the crow ponds, you're coming back on that slack line. And then we've got the wind chimes.
Don't worry about me.
On to the angry North Dakotans. Good. Then we've got the tilting balance beam. On to our PVC pipe, the plumber's dream. Yep, you can dismount, you can use the post.
Do I have to go around the post? I don't know.
And then we've got the butcher block. Finishing with our warp walls. We've got one on the 14.6, one on the 12-foot wall. The rings will not be there the day of. And that is a clear. Dustin Johnson here, Four-Star Ninja Academy, to give you the Red River Riot rules for our RX and intermediate. All right, so I'm going to go through the differences. The course demo was of the RX. The intermediate course is also a part of the RX course with a few variations, and I'll explain those as we go through. So, RX will be doing the tire. Intermediate will actually be starting right here on this orange pad with the agility. So it'll just be the one obstacle removed. So, you are allowed to use the tire and the rope for the RX to get up on top, dismounting to here. So you'll be starting, coming up underneath, up and through. That'll be your first obstacle. Obstacle 2, the agility. You've got your 2 quad steps. You got a side for both you and your partner. We call these our ice cubes. Making your way to the orange pad. Across the tires, the orange pad, and then our plyo boxes as we go down, and then making your way up and over. Hands and feet are allowed on these obstacles, so you can step over, jump, hop over with your hands. One thing to note, with all of these things, even though they look nice and large in size, they do have the ability to wobble and tip. So when you are stepping down to these, make sure you're hitting center and not off to the side, because they do rotate. Okay? On to our next obstacle, the trapeze bars. So we have 3 trapeze bars for you and your teammates. One thing that will change for intermediate, we will have a bar on this blue beam here in the center if you want to use that to monkey bar your way through, so you do not have to do the big reach across or lache across. However, you are allowed to do that if you so choose, okay? But you will have that middle bar to assist you on your way through. This is your end point on or past this orange pad. So if you land on it and go past, you're good. If you touch the ground before this orange pad, that would result in a fail. One thing I forgot to mention, you will get a point for each teammate that completes the obstacle. So let's say one teammate completes the obstacle, you will get 1 point for that obstacle. If both teammates do it, you'll get 2 points. Coming across onto the pad over to our grips, you've got your bananas, T-hold. So when you're doing grip obstacles, the straps, carabiners, mounting hardware, all that stuff is off limits. Just the hold itself is what's in play. So no grabbing, holding onto the strap with one hand. You are allowed to use 2 hands, 1 hand, however you want to get through. With the T-hold, it's best to get your fingers around that eye bolt rather than just grab on the side, because then they do tip a little bit. So wrapping around the eye bolt is okay. With the grow ponds, you've got, you can top that as well, like a cannonball. Like a cannonball, you guys probably haven't done cannonballs before. They also have that side support, so if you want to use 2 hands on these as you traverse across our row ponds, you're making your way over to this orange pad. So from there, we are turning around, coming back on this slack line. All right, so both, you can start on either side, making our way across the slack line. Your dismount point is going to be either of the orange pads. Post is allowed to catch yourself as well. So dismounting either side. For the next obstacle, the wind chimes. Again, we're not grabbing the straps, any of the mounting hardware. The hands and feet can be used to make your way across over to the orange pad. On your angry North Dakotans, it is that, because upside down, it is North Dakota, angry eyebrows. Any part of the angry North Dakotans are allowed, so if you want to hold on top of it, in the slots, cliffhangers, all of those are in play. Just no straps. Any holes on the bullseye here are allowed. One more angry North Dakotan. Dismounting onto this orange pad, where then we begin our tilting balance beam, going across, up and over, onto any of the orange pads over here. The next obstacle, the Columbus Dream. We got a bar here to help you get out. Hands on the PVC pipe, feet are allowed on the walls. All right, no gray pad. It's gray pad, it's considered lava, off limits. So you're traversing across that PVC pipe, where then we have a trapeze bar, or excuse me, a lache bar that you can scale across, and then you can use this post to help you dismount onto the orange pads over here.
Sorry guys, put my hand in front of the camera real quick.
Hannah. Then we've got our butcher block. With the butcher block, the wood base is not in place, so only the orange tops. All right, the tops of these pegs, you are walking across to our gray pad, and then we have our final obstacle. All right, so for RX, one person needs to do the 14.6, one person can do the 12-foot wall. So, we will both line up. You will get 2 attempts at the warp walls. If one person gets up the wall, that is 1 point, both 2 points, just like in the rest of the course. The rings will not be there for RX. You will have the full 12-foot wall. There will be the purple ring, the one purple ring for the intermediate division. Intermediate does not need to do the 14.6. You are welcome to. You will still get your points if you get up to 14.6. But the 12-foot warp wall, you and your teammate will have to go up. There is a 5-minute time limit on this course. And so once you hit, if you're making your way through the course and we do hit that 5-minute mark, we will let you know, and then we will ask that you go to the final obstacle. So if you have, let's say you have 2 obstacles remaining, we will ask you to skip those obstacles and make your way over to the warp walls to finish your run. So that is to keep it on time throughout the day so that you guys can make sure you get to your next events. So 5 minutes, we will let you know your time throughout the course so that you are aware where you're at. So 11 points possible for RX, 10 points for intermediate. All right, if there's any other questions that come up, you guys can ask me the day of, before your run. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. And yeah, good luck. We will see you guys on the 16th.